that we're able to play a lot of troops that may not hit the table as early in other decks that are not monocentric, and we're also able to give troops invincible that would otherwise be very easy to kill. Like the Pious Paladin with invincible is a perfectly good target. It has Swift Strike and Life Drain, and with invincible, it's ridiculous. Um, Also Righteous Paladin, who just keeps getting bigger every time you gain health, which is awesome. We're also running his equipment that allows us to gain additional health every time he takes damage. So until he gets invincible, if he's taking damage and not dying, he's getting bigger. Scrivener, who I generally like to run the gloves on, for some reason won't let me right click on him. Usually with the gloves, you're able to gain 2 health every time you play another troop. But because we're running the gloves for Nobleheart, we're not able to run these. But he still generates health gain, so that's why we want to play him. And he's a 1-drop. He is weak, but for what he does in a single turn or 2 turns is great, and it's able to proc more ethereal healers to come into play. So that's why pretty much anytime you play an ethereal healer with boots deck, you want to play also 4 copies of this Adamanthian Scrivener. So as I mentioned, we are playing 4 ethereal healers. It is kind of a deck with an ethereal healer chassis. The boots allow ethereal healers to come into play every time you heal at a 5% chance, and they can come in play from your hand, crypt, or deck, so anywhere but the void. And what ethereal healers do, just on the card text, is before the start of the game, if this is in your deck, you gain 1 health. So that health gain before the start of the game also can trigger them to come into play with that boots equipment. So boots are pretty epic. Yeah, I do have, I'm just looking at chat right now, I do have dungeon bonus gold from a dungeon crawler Kickstarter tier. They're not available anymore, but the gold bonuses are only from the boss kills. So when I kill a tier 2 to tier 3 or tier 4 boss, I get additional gold, and it's not a lot. I think it's 2,400 gold if I do a 3-tier arena run. So it averages to about 800 gold per boss, something like that. Anyway, and Dungeon Crawler also gets double loot drop. So Dungeon Crawler is really nice, but you still have to farm a lot to get any benefit out of it. And most of the stuff that drops from the dungeons aren't worth much anyway. So anyway, back to the deck. So yeah, Ethereal Healer. We're going to get those into play as soon as possible. Primarily when I play a deck like this, I also want a champion that can proc healing. But we're playing Uzu because we want to do something that is basically allowing us to get up to 5 threshold by turn 3 or 4. And Uzu allows us to get threshold. We're going to just look at his ability here. With 4 charges, we choose the threshold we want. So as soon as we have a 4th charge, we can get up to 5 diamond thresholds, because basically every time we get a charge in this deck, it's going to be with a diamond threshold. So whether or not it's playing a diamond shard, or playing a diamond infusion device, we're going to be gaining that diamond threshold and a charge. So as soon as we play this power, basically means that we'll have enough to play the Noble Heart. And Noble Heart's equipment allows you to target troops in all zones with the same name. So if we have ethereal healers in the graveyard, if we have them in our deck, if we have them in play, all of them are going to get invincible, even if they're in our hand. So Ethereal Healer is kind of the ideal target for the Noble Heart, but it really depends on what we have in play. Because I've even targeted Scriveners with this, and Scriveners have beat the game for me. So, oh, thanks, TJ. Nice to see you on. So how does this deck deal with the Warbot and Void? It's a good question, Ivestone. So the main way that this deck deals with it is Adaptatron. But actually, I just beat Warbot in 4 turns. The deck's also really fast, so if you don't get to Adaptatron, there's no problem, because usually you can beat Warbot before turn 5. And if you can't, if like somehow Warbot goes off on you on turn 4 and plays first, you still get enough troops to be able to overpower the board again. And you can slow play with the deck. The most difficult thing is really if Warbot triggers after you've already procced all 4 Ethereal Healers into play. But if you think about that, if you've already been able to get all 4 Ethereal Healers in play, you probably already beat Warbot. It's just a matter of what turn you do that by. So that's why I say like slow play usually gets through Warbot. Anyway, we're playing both equipment pieces for Adaptatron. Actually, when I started building this deck, I just wanted it to be a Adaptatron deck. I was trying to find a way to trigger all of Adaptatron's abilities onto other troops as quickly as possible, and then revert Adaptatron, and then do it again. So I started building a Phantom deck, and actually, I'll probably share that Phantom deck later. Some of you guys might have watched my stream, like, I don't know, maybe a week ago or so. I think Quinnell mentioned it. I built a Phantom deck, and it was pretty good. But I couldn't quite get it to where I wanted it to be with Adaptatron. But we still have that ability in this deck, because the other benefit of the Diamond Infusion device is that for 3, we can sacrifice it and revert target card. So that's a good thing to use defensively or offensively. Like, we can use it on our Adaptatron, or we can use it on an enemy troop like Eldritch Dreamer that keeps pumping up a Thunderbird with card draw. Anyway, so what have I not explained? So Mesotonomist is a crazy card. It has Empower. Empower just doubles all the text on the card. But the real strength is this equipment. And this equipment's kind of ridiculously priced right now, but it's really good. It allows you to give all of your clerics in play +1 attack permanently every time you gain health. This is crazy. Like, so I said, even sometimes I put Noble Heart on a Adamanthian Scrivener. I think I had a game where I had 2 Adamanthian Scriveners in play that were 19-1 Invincibles, and then I gave one Crush with Adaptatron. So I had a 24-1 Scrivener with Crush because of this crazy Mesotonomist power. So yeah, look for this equipment if you can get it. Like, I am writing an article on this deck, but I probably won't hit the hex forums for another 3 weeks. So if you have the opportunity to find this equipment for under 100 plat, I would pick it up. They seem to be overpriced, but I mean, it's a set 4 equipment, so if you open enough chests and grind enough, you'll get it. And I just realized that I have to not talk very loud, or I might wake up my wife and cause aggro. Anyway, so Righteous Paladin, we're using the equipment, I think I mentioned that. So I think we've gone over all the cards. One thing I really like about the Pious Paladin is the Swift Strike, which actually can allow you to do a lot of crazy stuff on the attack, because it will proc Life Drain before normal attack damage, so it's really good with like a Righteous Paladin. So ideally, turn 1 I'm playing a Scrivener, Turn 2 I'm playing a Pious Paladin, turn 3 I'm playing a Righteous Paladin. And maybe at that same time I'm playing like a Diamond Infusion device, and then I have enough for a Noble Heart the following turn. Anyway, also playing 4 deployment orders without equipment. And generally, because it's a healer deck, these cards are usually free. Sometimes they'll cost 2 or 3. But usually if you have one in your hand, you can get into play by turn 2 or 3. And it allows you to continue to draw into threats. So yeah, that's a deck. I just wanted to kind of quickly explain it. I don't know if I emphasize this enough, but we're playing at Adaptatron's head equipment and chest equipment that allows you to target other cards with his quick speed buffs. So you can use all of the Adaptatron's buffs as quick actions, basically. And it's really good against the AI, because the AI just, for some reason, just becomes flabbergasted by the abilities of Adaptatron. So that's why Adaptatron's so good in campaign, and that's why it's so good in arena. Anyway, let's do a quick run. And I'm going to actually try to do the run relatively quickly. So bear with me. I'll explain it as I go, but we're going to try to do it pretty quick. Hearts and Diamonds challenge. Bam. What do we get? Seaweed Behemoth. Okay. Sometimes Seaweed Behemoth is really good for this deck because you get the early Uzu charges. You can play a Noble Heart earlier than normal. It's a really good hand. We have a Paladin and a Scrivener. We didn't start with any Ethereal Healers in play, but that's okay. One slow thing about this deck is sometimes, oh no, he has a Reactor Bot, so I'm actually going to offer up a trade by attacking with the Scrivener. I don't think he'll take it, but I'm going to offer it. Ooh, that was really good. He did take it, perfect. Okay, so we're in a really good spot. We're going to play the Totemist next turn. It's going to get the Totemist and the Paladin pumped up. We're going to just start to go quick. We'll have a win next turn unless he plays a Troop. He doesn't, so we got this. We're just going to attack. We're not even going to do anything else. Well, that's how fast an encounter can go. Remember to use hotkeys. Skip to attack phase. Attack with all. Can make an arena run go by really quick. And skip turn too. Those are primarily the ones I use. The more you play, the easier it is to be comfortable with doing that. I don't have the best hand here, but I'm actually going to keep it. Because I have 3 deployment orders that I can play on turn 2. With or without another shard. So we hit the shard. We'll attack before we play a deployment order, just in case we proc another healer. We didn't. We'll just play 2. If we don't draw another shard, we'll draw off a deployment order next turn, prior to attacking. Ooh, Pious Paladin. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that instead. Attack with all, he'll block. We're about 1 or 2 turns out. Okay, we have to draw here. What'd you miss, Livestone? Okay, we got this encounter too. Yeah, so you guys watching this stream are getting a little bit of early incentive here. See something before it goes up on the main site. Oh yeah. Yeah, that boots equipment's ridiculous. But to be honest, like I'm gonna keep this hand. I know it's only a single diamond shard, but I also can copy Noble Heart because of Blood Sphinx. I was gonna say, really, the Noble Heart equipment is a lot better than most people give it credit for. And the equipment piece is an arena piece, so it's really easy to get and it's cheap. It's a matter of just having Noble Heart. Yeah, a lot of decks are built around Ethereal Healer and the boots. Those boots are super good. I'm glad to see that as a PvE equipment from the campaign, it's still selling relatively well. It is hard to get. I mean, I know I played at least 32 campaign characters through most of the campaign, and I've only ever received 2 of the boots. So it's definitely rare. We have a weird game against Blood Sphinx here because we're not drawing a second shard. And he's bouncing everything. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna need to draw a shard here. Are you kidding me, man? That is cruel. Wow. So the nice thing about this is you just discard a healer when you have to discard Ethereal Healer because you can always play it later or get it for free. So you murdered my Scrivener? Wow, you're not a nice man. You are not a nice man. So we're gonna play the Pious Paladin here. Got him down to 7, but he's in a huge lead right now on shards, and I don't like going late against this Blood Sphinx. Don't like it one bit. We got to 3. I guess here Adaptatron with speed and life drain is best. That way we have a potential to proc an Ethereal Healer. We don't, but that's okay. Uh-oh, he's taking another turn. He's at 8, so he has Polymorph Dings. I really don't want to see a Polymorph Dingler. Okay. So, what is the play here? There's so much we can do. I think I'm gonna try to establish some sort of board presence here. So I'll play a Paladin and I'll play a Adaptatron. He doesn't play anything, so we might actually have a win here. If I give this Swift Strike and Life Drain, even without giving it another attack, I'll still win here because this will proc and then he'll heal. He'll gain 1 attack before damage and then I'll win. I had Fatal either way, I just wanted to show that. Alright, not a bad hand. This is definitely keepable. Definitely potential for a turn 3 Noble Heart if we get the Noble Heart in our hand. We'll play Adaptatron on 2. Still not proccing healers, but that's okay. I think what I prefer to do here is just give Adaptatron Life Drain and Swift Strike. and hope to proc a healer. Nope, still no healer proc. Okay. We'll play a healer. And attack prior to playing deployment orders. Okay, perfect. So now we got basically a free deployment orders. And why not? We'll just play the Diamond Infusion device. One cool thing about Diamond Infusion device, if you do end up playing a deck that's taking advantage of Noble Heart, consider playing a card like Highland Shinobi. Could be really good. We're going to go ahead and attack with all of this, and then we'll keep this guy alive for now. Wow, try hard over here, sniper. You gave it inner conflict? Are you serious? Okay, we're done with this game. We're ending it. Where's the block? Alright, that's where the block's going. That's fine. Let's just do that. Be cutesy about it. It's Fable. Yurig. Tier 2 Yurig. The Robomancer. I don't actually think I've played this deck yet against Yurig, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. Oh, excuse me. We start with a healer, so that helps. It definitely helps start with a healer against bosses in this game. Okay, some kind of challenge. We have the bonus resource we got. Practice second healer. Things are looking good. We'll play a Pious Paladin here. Realizing we still have another shard to spend. Actually, yeah, I think that was probably still the best play. Wow. Getting a lot of healer procs. A lot of lucky healer procs here. Yeah, I have a lot of multiples of equipment as well. It's hard to say like that they're gonna do anything soon, but eventually we should have crafting in the game, so when that happens, alright. So that's only our third diamond shard. I think we want to get this Adaptatron in play right now. I'm going to go ahead and give the Mesototemist Life Train, so all 5 of these troops have Life Train. Yeah, I mean, even without buffing right here, this dude's dead. I'll just go ahead and do this so he lives, but it's over. Big time. Five healing procs, and Mesototemist just, its attack damage just goes crazy. Avalanche Giant. Okay. And we proc a healer. That's perfect. Avalanche Giant with a healer in play is pretty easy. He can play a Crackling Bolt, but if you start with a healer in play, there's like almost nothing they can do outside of chump blocking, which they still very rarely do. So pretty much now healers there's almost no way they'll kill this healer without double blocking or something crazy. I will probably block here. Maybe not if he pumps. I'll have to take some damage here. I think the best play for me is just to give this guy Swift Strike and Life Drain, and then just go in with both. Yeah. So he's at 9, I have 9 damage on board. He has a blocker, but it's not going to matter too much. Let's go ahead and attack with both. I'm going to give this healer Skyguard so it survives. And we should have Fatal next turn. I think I could have done an extra damage there, but that's okay. We're gonna have to wait a turn. Alright. This round is over. Yeah, so this deck is super fast. Most ethereal healer decks are, but I feel like this one has just a pinch more consistency because of Noble Heart. I mean, it gets around some encounters that you'd otherwise lose to. And Adaptatron. I mean, there's not a lot of people running Adaptatron because it's slower, but it's not that slow. I mean, giving it multiple things that can trigger off of it, so that you have to right click and use it, does slow down your play a little bit, but it's not significant enough to warrant not playing a good card. That also gets you through Warbot. And I have fun playing with it. It's a fun card. Especially when you can target other cards with it. The Adaptive Helm is pretty fun. Okay. This is tricky. I have the resources for Noble Heart here. If I attack, he might not block. He doesn't. So I can Life Drain. I could +1. Boom. I guess I'll just Pious Paladin and then hope he doesn't play like Eternal Youth. Does he have Preservation? No. Okay, he just... Wow, that was out of order. So we have 2 Noble Hearts here. We can play both Noble Hearts. Or we can just go for damage, which is probably the better thing to do. We have 2 troops with Life Drain and Swift Strike. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for us. What do we got here? Alright. I'm just going to get this out of the way and play Noble Heart on all my ethereal healers, so that if more come into play, they're invincible. Because that is awesome. Have invincible ethereal healers. And you know what? You have invincible. And you have invincible. We all have invincible. I don't think Paladin of Nagon's gotten being that bad in a while. Sorry, buddy. Oh, bro. Yeah. It's like a new car for every troop in play. All day, every day, you get a new car, and you get a new car. Malith Damon. Well, that's always nice. Procking healers. Yeah, I wouldn't have blocked anyway. But thank you. I'm gonna go Pious Paladin. We're gonna go Swing. We've got 3 healers in play. Ain't no thing. He's on 3. He's gonna bring back the Mazat. Does he even attack the Mazat? Nope. What a noob. Alright. So I think we're just gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This is a slow part of the deck. Clicking on things. One more attack and we got this. Nice call the grave. On to the next. Another Ember Spire. So Ember Spire we always want to proc healer at the start of the game if possible, because otherwise we're never going to get a healer into play for free. It's the only way you can heal is before the start of the game against Ember Spire Witch because of its passive, which says champions can't heal. And we didn't get lucky, so we want to make sure we have a decent hand. This will do. 2 Adaptatrons is pretty good. Outside of Double Rage Fire or Crackling Bolt, Adaptatrons will typically stay alive. Scrivener and Pious Paladin, not so much. So we're not even going to play Pious Paladin next turn. We're just going to play an Adaptatron. Hope to draw into a 3rd Diamond Shard and just start swinging in with damage. Might even be tempted to pump Adaptatron with Skyguard before we start with the Swift Strike, just to make sure it survives. Crackling Bolt would not be fun here. Nope, no Crackling Bolt. Okay, so I'm actually going to do what I mentioned. I'm going to give this Skyguard first. And speed. You don't have to worry about the life gain because it's not going to do anything for this encounter. Next turn I'll give the Adaptatron Swift Strike. Okay, a few Rage Fires will not be fun either, but I guess that's the chance we take. We're already getting Ember Spire Rich pretty low. You might have Rampaging Tarrasque. Nope. Played a Crackling Bolt. Okay, so we got another Diamond Shard. I think I'm just gonna give this guy... It's not good to take Ember Spire Witch below 5. Unless you have to. So what I'm going to do actually is play an Adaptatron. I'm going to give this Adaptatron Skyguard. I'm going to just pass the turn. He has me 2 5 health troops in play. Okay, he played a Tarrasque. You can't even really attack with it because of what we did. So we have Fatal if he doesn't block. If he does block, no problem. We can even give this speed to this guy. It's not going to get the kill, but it's close. He does have Heroic Outlaws, so it's probably a good thing we waited. We're going to take a little bit of damage here, but he's at 1. So, wow. Wow. That was close. was really close. We're actually not even going to attack here. We're just going to wait and hope he draws a shard and uses his charge power. Bye. You didn't use your charge power? Oh, you're a cheater. Never seen him do that before. Oh, I forgot that the Phantom had speed. I could have won last turn. Didn't even think about it. I'd already given the Adaptatron speed. It could have just, I threw a Collard into that Phantom and won. Oh well. Gotta remember that. That's a very viable way to win. Princess Corey. Princess Corey with double healer, double paladin in hand, and a noble heart. Corey, I'm sorry, man. It's just not your day. Even though you got your life gain chick, it's not gonna be enough. Triple paladin. Wow. He is gonna turn one of my healers into something. Darn. It's kind of unlucky. So unlucky that I'm not even gonna attack with it. I actually much rather block the 2-1 than I would lose 3-2. Okay. We're one turn away from being able to really make use of these noble hearts, and I'd really rather have all of the righteous paladins in play with noble heart than I would losing a paladin right now. So next turn, we're gonna... Did you really just do that? Bastard. Okay. So, blam. 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 If I attack with... Does he block here? No, he doesn't. So I'll actually draw 2 cards next turn. Kind of funny to get a vision quest. I'm just gonna go ahead and use this now. What? Are you kidding? What are the odds? That is... It's pretty incredible. Well, that's really when Invincible pays off, right there. Oh man, that's funny. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna extinction this board. And this guy, Nico Sharp, is gonna lose. They have Invincible Corey. Sorry. Okay, Warbot. So let's see how hard this is gonna be. Well, with 2 healers in play, not that hard. Kind of hard for me to judge, really. I mean, charge bot on 1 into reactor bot. Nope, no charge bot. So, yeah. Probably not gonna go well for him. Noble Heart really does nothing for me here. Oh my god, a third ethereal healer. Adaptatron's perfect. In fact, we can use Uzu. We're going to be 1 turn from Noble Heart. We're going to use Noble Heart on Adaptatron. Pretty much right away. Okay. No problem. So, let's go ahead and give this life drain. Use Noble Heart on it. We'll just go ahead and give it speed. And swing in. So he's probably one turn from using his Charge Fire. Yeah, if he has a shard, he does. And a troop, he didn't. Wow. So we have the win here. Yeah, all 4 healers against Warbot, that's not a usual encounter, but we had the Adaptatron, so pretty much no matter what we would have won that. It's just a little absurd to have 4 healers in play too. This has not been a long arena run. I haven't been timing it, but it seems like it's been really quick. I think I spent over 15 minutes talking about the deck. So, yeah. Wild Root Dancer, target always, with this deck, Ethereal Healer, always. No, you don't have to spend any time thinking about anything else. There's a lot of decks I don't say that with, like there's plenty of times I would contemplate choosing a different card, but not typically with Ethereal Healer decks. Oh, you know, maybe I would consider Adaptatron in this deck. Maybe. I'm going to attack here and see if he blocks. He doesn't, of course not. I'm going to go ahead and give it Swift Strike. Yes, we got a healer. So my hope is next turn he double blocks with Rose Lion and Briar Creeper on the healer. Do we get that? Let's see. He does. Now I could save the healer. I guess I just will. Why not? And I'll kill both of these troops. I passed turn and I shouldn't have. That was a mistake. So I could have played a deployment order or a Noble Heart. You should always wait for the healer procs before you skip the entire turn, just in case. I'll just play a Mason Totemist here. He doesn't benefit anything on the board with because we don't have any other clerics, but that's okay. And again, I passed turn even though I could have got the diamond threshold for Noble Heart. It's okay. He's at 5, so he's going to get his charge. He only triggered 1. It's really good for us. That basically means we win here. Let's go ahead and attack. What does he block? He blocks that, so we're just going to go ahead and crush with the Totemist. 13 with crush, yeah. Okay. 2 more encounters, I think. 3 more. So Ruby Enchantress, last encounter, and then the boss. So you're saying there's still a chance. Uranaz could be there. You never know. Honestly, Sugarcane scared me because he mentioned that Uranaz could mill me and get some troops in there that have already been blessed with Invincible and then play them against me. Now I'm scared of facing Uranaz with this deck. But I don't know. I mean, what are the chances of that happening? Pretty slim, right? Oh god. That's also kind of scary. Kinsman Skarn. I'm gonna offer up the trade with this Scrivener here. Nope, you didn't take it. Why not? Okay. Do I block? Yeah, sure, why not? YOLO. That was a good YOLO. We're gonna attack him with quite a bit of damage here. In fact, we are going to give the Paladin Life Drain. don't think we've done that yet through this entire run, but that's a key aspect of this deck too, is Adaptatron, giving life drain to a big paladin, getting your health way up there. I'm just gonna play this pre-combat. He has to block, so yeah. Pretty much game next turn. We're at 60 health. It's kind of crazy. Next turn we're just gonna go crush the paladin and end it in style here. "2015 crush in your face." Last encounter. What will it be? Wah wah. Dark Spire Enforcer. But the run's going well. We are still going perfect, so, and it's still a fast run. I don't know who's timing me, but it's a pretty fast run. We've had some lucky healer procs, I must say. This run looks like, or this encounter looks like it might take me a little longer, but not too much. Dark Spire Enforcer can sometimes be a pain. I think it was a pain for me just in that last run I did. Mesotonomist is awesome. I don't want to pass turn yet, just in case I get another healer. I got another healer, so I can play free deployment orders. I also will just go ahead and activate this now before I forget, just in case I draw a Noble Heart next turn. Ah, bummer. You took it out with the Cognibles. Alright, so we're going to attack with all of these. He's at 3. And he basically just killed himself. Yeah. Even if I passed turn, he would be dead. And Zoltag. Well, that's fun to do. It's fun to torture the arena AI. I mean, I play slow on purpose sometimes just to do some more fun stuff, see how big I can make things on the board. That's always fun to do. It's a really good start against Zoltag too. I've been having a good run for healer procs. Very good run for healer procs. He's getting a nice early game too. I guess I'm lucky I got a good early game against his deck because he is really ramping up well here. I think I want to take out the Ridge Raider here. Okay, that's fine. And it's good to see that he doesn't have many orcs in his hand, based on him only getting one shard out of, or one resource out of that. I think we want the Righteous Paladin before we want the Mesotonomist, but we will play the Mesotonomist next turn. I had a free deployment orders I missed on, but that's okay. We couldn't have used it anyway. So, Mesotonomist, free deployment orders, go face. This is going to hurt him. Almost a win. He might have a bunch of Ridge Raiders coming, or Savage Raiders coming into play. It's okay too. A second Mesotonomist. Wow. We're just gonna go ahead and attack with everything. Wow. Some big boys there. Look at that attack. 1911. He's got a decoy. I'm gonna have to chump block. Oh, he didn't attack. He's making it too easy. It's game. I'm just gonna play these for fun. That's the run. Not too bad. Zawa and his equipment.